You think about all the different forms of life, where and why did they come from? And it's related to the adaptation to environment that different forms arise. And so if your environment is water, liquid water, let's say, you have a certain form that develops. If your environment is more terrestrial, land-based, walking, right, then you develop certain forms. And if you want to specialize or are forced to adapt to due to resource allocation or reduction in resource competition, you decide to take to the skies. And so you develop other forms. So I like to take it out of the martial context for a moment, because often, like I mentioned, there's a lot of confusion and conflict about forms between the different styles. I don't have to name them. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of different styles, categorized in different ways. And in our previous conversations, we talked about some of those categories, like forms or forms of systems that emphasize the value of, let's say, meditation, spirituality, and forms of systems that specialize, let's say, in combat sport and competition, etc. I think we had 4 or 5 different categories. And so those are the environments that would be analogous to, like I say, land, sea, or air, that in a way create those selection pressures. Like, you're not going to survive if you don't start to be able to fly long distances. You won't be able to survive if you don't develop the ability to hold your breath longer and longer underwater, eventually to be able to breathe underwater. So a bit more in the martial context, we've seen perhaps that certain styles that were not developed for, let's say, fighting efficacy fail. Just like let's say some kind of bird that doesn't spend much time in water would drown, right, in the water. It's just not designed for that. It doesn't have the forms for that.